The time being 7:30, I'll call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Twenty-two supervisors are present. Supervisor Carroll is excused.
Citizens' comments. Please state your name and address for the record.
Veronica King, 5518 34th Avenue, Kenosha, Wisconsin, 53144. I stand before you this evening to ask that you consider a resolution that would prohibit the names of elected officials going on vehicles that are owned by the county, that taxpayers pay for. I recently sent a Freedom of Information Act request to the Sheriff's Office to ask what was the cost involved in the sheriff's name being placed on 4 county vehicles. And the sheriff did respond and stated that those are stickers that are placed on the back of 4 vehicles, and the stickers were placed on 4 vehicles to represent the veterans that are within our sheriff's department. So according to the sheriff, it didn't involve any cost to the taxpayers. But I take issue with a name being placed on property that belongs to the county and to taxpayers. In the state of Wisconsin, our governor at the state level, or our elected officials at the state level, county level, and municipal level are elected to their positions. The only individuals that have permanent positions are your U.S. Supreme Court justices and your federal court judges. They don't have to run for re-election. They have permanent positions until they choose to retire or resign. So with that being said, since our sheriff has to be re-elected each year that he chooses to run, he could run and not win, and yet we'd have his name on the back of vehicles. So I ask you tonight to consider drafting a resolution that would prohibit names being placed on county-owned vehicles. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Marita Huff. I live at 7939 34th Avenue and 53142. These are a few of my friends. One has epilepsy after having a brain tumor removed, and he has been homeless for 3 years. One was homeless for 3 years and just got a place, and she is an abused woman, feels lucky to be alive. And one is possibly going to become homeless because his landlord bungled his Section 8 paperwork and is threatening him to not be able to stay in his apartment. So that's how, I just thought I'd let you meet a couple of my friends. I want to thank you for the $100 that this body has, $100,000 that this body has given to the Shalom Center from the shares money since 2018. The county does not need to make this gift, so I appreciate it. The homelessness is a housing problem. You've heard that before. The situation wouldn't be so bad if the city of Kenosha hadn't worked diligently for the past 40 years to push home ownership at the expense of rental units. All of its HUD homes money has been used to build single-family homes, none for low-income rentals. 20 years ago, the Columbus Neighborhood Corporation was doing great work. It was a nonprofit that bought, fixed up, and rented inner-city houses, using volunteer craftsmen that taught youths for high school credit on the job. The city sued to stop these tax-free rentals and paid lawyers at least $200,000, even though this case went to the Supreme Court and the Columbus Neighborhood Corporation won, the mayor found a way to shut them down. To this day, the city tears down old houses that have several rental units in the inner city and leaves the lots vacant for several years awaiting funds to build single-family homes, rather than let people live in them in the interim until money is available. Oh, there's lots of other examples I could give you. None of this is the county's fault, but these people and the people like them have to deal with the fallout of politicians' decisions. Not enough affordable housing, not nearly enough. So, the only hope for over 100 people without homes is the Shalom Center, the only homeless shelter and potential night warming center in Kenosha. Do you have any concept of how difficult it is to run a homeless shelter? Any group can start a food pantry and grow it to whatever size they can manage. Not so easy with housing the homeless. No other group wants to take on this headache. Right now, currently, there are 6 people sleeping on the ground at my church right over there. 2 of them are bone-thin women in their mid-60s that look much older. Winter is not going to be kind to any of these people. If not for the Shalom Center, all the homeless would be outside. Over the next few months, the supporters of Shelter Coalition will be informing the good people of this county of the situation and encouraging them to become sustaining monthly donors to the Shalom Center. This kind of giving can be used to fund positions for future budgets. But for this year, this awful year when the federal monies have been cut, rents are skyrocketing, employment opportunities are evaporating, and the Shalom Center must be able to house at its maximum capacity and keep the warming center open more than 4 or 5 nights when it's 0. Shalom needs your help to increase its staffing. The building is twice as big as it was in 2018. It costs more to heat and insure and pay wages. The usual $100,000 is not going to help the situation, so please consider increasing it. Do you think that the taxpayers of this county want to see human beings outside in the winter? That they would begrudge another dollar on their tax bill for this purpose? Thank you.
Thank you. Any other citizens wishing to speak? Any other citizens wishing to speak? Any other citizens wishing to speak? Seeing none, citizens' comments are closed. Announcements of the chairperson. Just a reminder that tomorrow night is the Human Services budget, and next week starts the finance budget hearings Monday through Thursday. Tonight we have our youth and governance in attendance. We have Timothy Kudrasev, Megan Galentine, Stephanie Luganis, and Michael Sandwich. So thank you for being here. Nice to see all of you here this evening. Moving on to supervisor reports. Supervisor Grady.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Last evening, the Public Works Committee had its meeting to review the 2026 Public Works budget. It passed. We look forward to the upcoming review before the Finance Committee, which will be Tuesday of next week. So please, any and all who are interested, please attend. On your desk this evening, there is an excerpt from the Kenosha News. It results from our Register of Deeds, Jennifer Mack, being proactive and highlighting a trend that appears to be a little bit more prominent nationally than in this area, but still, it's the old idea that an ounce of prevention can be worth a pound of cure. So for yourselves, for your constituents, for those who may not be aware, this is just a little heads up that if you're having piece of property that potentially could be tried to be taken over illegally. This is just a informational piece for you. So thank you for your attention. I yield the floor.
Thank you, Supervisor Grady. Any other supervisor comments this evening? Seeing none, supervisor reports are closed.
County Executive Appointments, 55, Daniel Morehouse to serve on the Traffic Safety Commission.
Refer to Public Works and Facilities Committee.
56, Richard Ferrari, trainer to serve as Director of the Division of Health Services, Health Officer.
Refer to Human Services Committee.
New business, Resolution 143 from the Public Works, Facilities, and Finance and Administration Committees, a resolution to enter into a lease with the State of Wisconsin for property at 11312 Burlington Road. This passed at both committees with Supervisor Nudo voting nay at the Finance and Administration Committee meeting.
Supervisor Grady.
Move resolution number 143.
Moved by Supervisor Grady, seconded by Supervisor Gens. Supervisor Grady.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This has been quite a circuitous process. Details, I think, are probably best left to Corp Counsel if you have additional info or detail, but I will tell you that it passed our committee, it passed Finance, and we ask your approval this evening.
Thank you, Supervisor Grady. Any discussion on Resolution 143? Seeing none? Roll call. A roll call has been requested.
The vote is 21 yes, 1 no. Resolution 144 from the Finance and Administration Committee, a resolution to rescind prior obligations of the Kenosha County Fair Association. This passed unanimously at committee.
Supervisor Gens.
I move Resolution 144.
Moved by Supervisor Gens, seconded by Supervisor Nudo. Supervisor Gens.
This time I'll defer to Supervisor Nordigan, who has plenty of information on this item and can fill us in on all the nice little details.
Supervisor Nordigan.
Thank you, Chair Uhouse. This goes back to 1957, 1958 agreement between the county and the Fair Association, who had been in business for much longer and prior to that. I think we have Jenny here from the county, from the Kenosha County Fair Association. 100 and how many years? 105. So we're at 105 years. I believe when this was originally done, it was whatever they were trying to do to improve the fair for everyone. And that was something they agreed to. I think it was in their bylaws. And now, since the county takes first position in any loans, they can't get loans if they wanted to improve it even further, and certainly the county's not going to be the bank for them. So what this resolution does is, it says, look, you don't owe us anything, we don't want the fairgrounds if something goes belly up, which was going to happen if they were supposed to turn it over to us. It makes no sense for the county to be into a Kenosha County Fair business. The county fair does a very good job, well, one of the top 4 in that state from what I understand. And I look for everyone's support to get us out of this and free up their hands to make the county fair an even better place for all of us to enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Nordigan. Any discussion on Resolution 144? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Resolution 144 passes unanimously.
Ordinance 1 reading, Ordinance 32 from Planning, Development, and Extension Education Committee, an ordinance regarding Marilyn J. Cadditt's owner, Wayne H. Cadditt's agent, requesting a rezoning from A1 Agricultural Preservation District to R2 Suburban Single Family Residential District and A1 Agricultural Preservation District in the town of Wheatland. This passed unanimously at committee. Supervisors Brown, Carroll, and Meadows were excused.
Supervisor Brookhouse.
Excuse me, move ordinance 32.
Moved by Supervisor Brookhouse, seconded by Supervisor Gerstin. Supervisor Brookhouse.
Per the clerk's description, request your support.
Thank you. Any discussion on ordinance 32? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Ordinance 32 passes unanimously.
Ordinance 33 from Planning, Development, and Extension Education Committee, an ordinance regarding Scott A. and Ann M. Iverson, owner, requesting a rezoning from A2 General Agricultural District to R2 Suburban Density Residential District and C1 Lowland Resource Conservancy District in the town of Wheatland. This passed unanimously at committee. Supervisors Brown, Carroll, and Meadows were excused.
Supervisor Brookhouse.
Move ordinance 33.
Moved by Supervisor Brookhouse, seconded by Supervisor Decker. Supervisor Brookhouse.
Per the clerk's description, request your support.
Thank you, Supervisor Brookhouse. Any discussion on ordinance 33? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Ordinance 33 passes unanimously.
Communications, 111, communication from Andy M. Bueller regarding future items scheduled before the Planning, Development, Extension Education Committee.
Receive and file.
112, communication from the Public Works Facilities Committee, a resolution authorizing the City of Kenosha to install a freestanding antenna on county-owned property for improving fire communications.
Refer to Public Works Facilities Committee and Finance Administration Committee.
Claims, 48, Terry Skorupski, personal injury.
Refer to Corporation Council.
The approval of the October 7th, 2025 minutes by Supervisor Brown.
Supervisor Brown.
Move to approve the minutes.
Moved by Supervisor Brown, seconded by Supervisor Meadows. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Motion by Supervisor Decker, seconded by Supervisor Robinson to adjourn. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned.